Hi everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Okay guys, slowing down, going in to the heart space, taking a few long deep breaths to help us relax, to let go of our day, be able to get into that space of emptiness so that we can really get to the clarity and to the insights that we need for the rest of the week. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now. Bring all parts of yourself into your heart. Exhale any nervous energy or excitement you may be anticipating. And then just drop that white anchor from the heart all the way down into the center of the earth. And then we're going to inhale it up to the top of our head. And then exhale, dropping, relaxing further down into the body, back down to the center of the earth. And we'll repeat that. We'll do it 3 times. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it. Okay, so this week is about listening, fine-tuning, trusting, making yourself available so that you can be led, so that you can be divinely led, so that you can feel the information coming in, you can feel the stillness, the awareness. And in this process, what you want to do is you want to, we ask a question, we do the breathing, right? We do 3 breathing, the 3 breaths, letting go, get to that space of neutrality, feel how that feels, feeling grounded. How does that feel in your body? Should feel relaxed but weighted, right? An openness across the chest. And if you're not there, breathe into any tension or tight spots. Let go and relax further into the body until you really feel a peacefulness, a non-attachment. And then you can mentally ask a question and then let the information come to you. Let it roll in. Sometimes we jump too fast. And for some people, the information actually starts to come in before you can even ask it, right? Defer that. It may be right, in which case you might be a divine knower, which I go into more detail in my classes on my website, the Get Dialed In classes or the spiritual coaching classes. But I just want to touch on this because what's coming up here is that some of you rush ahead to get the information instead of waiting for the information to come. And there's a small percentage of you that the information will start to come in right away, and that's your way of getting it. So I don't want to discount that if that starts to happen, that it's not true. But if you don't know if that's you or not, then just kind of defer that, let the information kind of roll up, and then see what it is. And if it matches, then you know that, okay, you are that divine knower and information just comes in. So let's go back to just being able to receive the information about what's here for this week. And it's about listening, to your spirit, to the guidance, to the support that the divine has for us. So there's always challenges, right? We always have challenges. We always have questions, what to do, what not to do. And to get your own information, it's about writing those questions down and then doing a clearing like this, letting go, doing the breathing, and let the answer come into you. And if that's not working, then you just let it go and you walk away, and then you notice as your day goes on, as the next 2 or 3 days go on, what the signs are showing you. If there's 1 or 2 things that keep showing up, then that lets you know that's the direction to look in. That's how the divine is talking to you, okay? So we're being guided to spiritually listen this week, to feel a connection within ourselves so that we can receive answers and that we can trust the process that we're in, okay? So that just lets me know that there's a lot of opportunity this week for you guys to receive information and to be able to recognize it and to get it right. So it's like weather, right? The conditions are perfect. The conditions are perfect for you to be able to receive divine inspiration, divine information, knowledge, and that you can be sensitive and read between the lines and trust yourself. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. Patience is coming up, which and patience about trusting and allowing the information to come in, not rushing ahead or assuming that we know the answer. And a lot of times, if you think you already know, I already know what to do, write it down, gets it out of your head, gets it off your body, gets it out of your mind. You can let go, and then you can still ask spirit and see what comes in. Okay, so it's okay to be able to say, okay, I think it's this, and then let go and see what it really is, and it still might be the same. Okay, so let's see what else is there. It's the patience in trusting the process and in trusting your process with spirit. All right, anything else in store for us this week? Yeah, there's a lot of, it would go hand in hand that there's a lot of self discovery here. Discovering your own ability, discovering your own ability to listen and to intuit and to read between the lines. So you're being asked to really notice that. You're being asked to slow down. You're being asked to discover this part of yourself that has always been there, right? But when we stop and we put our attention on it, it magnifies it. It allows it to grow. It becomes more real for us. It's like our muscles in our body, right? We know we have legs that we can run, and we know we have leg muscles, but until we start running, that's when they start to get sore. We start lifting weights, we go, oh, now it hurts, right? Well, it's the same with your intuition, right? You have to stop and then you use it, and then you notice, wow, you notice the energy in your body. You notice whether you're tired or you're excited. So it is a process of slowing down and then using that intuition, using that muscle on a daily basis. Okay, what else is in store for us this week? We're all being asked to push things forward this week that's of interest to us, that we find inspiring, or that we are passionate about. They're just showing me a green light to move towards your passion, green light to run towards your passion, right? Have clarity and peace of mind about it. And if for some reason you don't, then stop, let go, write down your question, take a nap, go to bed, whatever, and wake up the next day and see what's there, or consult somebody or ask a friend. But we're all being guided that there's a green light, and now we're being asked to be in action. That no longer leaning back, no longer be afraid, no longer look outside of yourself for the answers. We're being asked to tend to our own heart, tend and trust to our own knowing, and to let go of any fear or difficulty. Okay? So let's see. And they're just acknowledging that, so that you're awake, right? What does that mean to be awake? To be awake to means you're present to the spiritual world. You're present, that there's a spiritual connection that is happening within you and around you. And that you're awake to the deception in the physical world, or the deception in the spiritual world, because deception's everywhere, right? It is. And so when we're awake, we are discerning. We're discerning things that we're being shown. We're discerning things in the media. We're discerning things with friendships. We're discerning our own knowing. We're discerning our mistakes. We're discerning our choices, right? So that discernment is very real, very palatable, and is something that we need to flex and exercise within ourselves. So this week is a real beautiful, just the whole week is around cultivating our own knowledge, trusting ourselves, acknowledging that we're awake, acknowledging that we are amplifying our capacity to know truth for ourselves and to be able to move forward. So this is I'm so excited about this energy, because it's like today, picture perfect, beautiful blue skies, which blue skies for me means just like a beautiful week, a great opportunity for you guys. So some of you may have some great opportunities in business show up. You may have great opportunities in relationships show up. Did you hear the birds responding? You may have a beautiful, you know, maybe a diagnosis come in from a doctor that's good news, right? So it's just, it shows that blue skies, the sky's the limit, all good things. So it's about trusting ourselves and moving forward. All right, let's see if there's anything else in store for us this week that we need to be aware of. And They're just saying celebrating, like really celebrating. Can you guys feel that energy coming in? That energy that we are awake, that celebration that we know we're not alone, that awareness that there is a higher purpose within ourselves and within around us. And think how many people in the world are out of touch with that. They may have an awareness of it, but they're not in touch with it. You guys are in touch with it, right? So our job is to help connect other people to this energy. And we do that with acts of kindness. We do that with generosity. We do that with a smile. We do that with a touch. We do that with a question, how are you? We do that with, being kind. So we're being asked to spread this awareness, this awakening by putting our focus on other people and checking in on other people and connecting them with the energy, and to be able to meet them wherever they are. If they're afraid, connect with them and say, I'm sorry, what can I do for you? How are you? And really be with their fear. Don't try and change their mind, really be with it, right? When we have compassion for somebody who's afraid, when we have compassion for them, they feel heard. And then what happens when they feel heard? They can actually then elevate out of it. They can actually then move on. So a part of our job is not to convince somebody else that things are okay or that everything's going to be okay. It's about representing and hearing where somebody else is at. So when we actually hear where somebody else is at, if they're really angry about what's going on in the world, or they're really angry about something that's happened to them or their family, what there is to do is to bring compassion, that to listen to them, be present to them. And sometimes it takes a long time, and sometimes it takes a lot of patience. And then sometimes it can be like that they just needed to be heard. And once they're heard, they can let it go and they can move forward, and then they can then reconnect. And it's not that they're ever disconnected, but but they're not aware, right? They're not aware because that emotion is so intense inside of them because they're not feeling heard. So this is the other part of what we can do this week, is to help people feel heard by us being present and connecting with them. And then even within those moments, after that happens, there's another thing that if we want to do, we can imagine that they are also reflecting to us the way we want to be seen in the world, the way we want to be heard in the world. So we can use our imagination that they get me, they know who I am, they understand me, right? Because we're always creating our reality by our perceptions and our ideas. So we might as well create it that they love me. We might as well create it that they get me, as opposed to like, oh, they don't want anything to do with me. Oh, they're pushing me back, or they're right? And so that we don't have to make excuses for other people, or go into, feeling sorry for ourselves or defeatist. It's really about as much as we can take responsibility for and as much as we can align with, is that permission or that ability then within ourselves to be able to move forward and create our reality, create our experience of life. Because I'm sure you guys know that you've been to parties, and you go to a party and 3 different people describe it 3 different ways because it's their perception. Everything's being filtered through your perception. It's the same with life. So our job, our opportunity, is to really take control of our own perceptions, letting go, realigning, trusting, and having fun, because it's a beautiful, clear day. It's a beautiful, clear week, and we are dialed in. We're connected, we're listening, and we're allowing information to come to us. We're settled into our body and we're relaxing so that it can roll in and we can be shown what the next step is. We can be, elevate to what we need to do next, right? So it's a beautiful process. Just play with it, you guys. Even mistakes are perfect. They connect with you and they teach us what's right. All right. So have a great week, everybody. Lots of love to you. If you would, write something below, and I look forward to connecting with you again next week. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.